Hi guys, me again. The dog. I do a little quick update. I've been about 2-3 days. Like guys, your first topic you want to talk about is kids. With kids, I don't know how to deal with it right now. My son keeps getting in trouble in school. A few weeks ago, it was because he didn't want to sit. He didn't want to sit on the bus. He wanted to sit in the aisles on the bus, which is dangerous. I know it. I'm sure all you know it. And before that, it was he was telling people in school, his kids and teachers and everything else, that his mother was dead. Mother was dead. I don't have a mommy. Stuff like that. I had to work on that. He's been seeming to be good. Now, this past Monday, excuse me, guys. I'm trying to angle the camera better. Anyways, guys, this Monday they went on a school field trip, and he ended up not listening to the teachers, and then he made a gun thing with his hand. Said, "Bang your dad," to two teachers. Not one teacher, two teachers. Got himself in trouble. I have to take care of this now. Do I want to? No. Do I have to? Unfortunately, yes. As a parent, that's my responsibility. I shouldn't say I don't want to. My thought is it shouldn't be happening at all, and I don't know why my son's acting out. He's got no reason to act out. He's got a very loving family, and me and my own family. He's got a good support system with the neighbors, friends. He's got friends all around this damn thing. He's got neighbors. We got neighbors next door. We got neighbors. Well, the way I'm pointing, anyways. I'm pointing to my right. It might look left to you people. But to our right over there, we have another lady with a young child. I've introduced them all. I've introduced you. You've seen my next door neighbor. You've seen his daughter before. Her name's Lexi. She's been in a few of my videos. But you got Benny, her dad. He's a great guy. You even got over in the corner, you got Deb and her young son Gavin. But my son's got a great support system, friend-wise, family-wise, relationship. People care about him, even neighbors. I mean, I like this neighborhood because it's got people actually caring for people, with the exception of the goofball next door at 1412. He's just a jackass. Caden's 5 years old, didn't know what he was doing, and anyways, I'll go back. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll go back to that. But anyways, no, he's got a good support system. I don't know why he's acting out. He's acting out, and I don't like it one bit. My method is to time out. I don't know, you all have your own methods. I think I've discussed this before, too, in some of my earlier videos. My method is time out. My method is taking stuff away. And right now, Caden's, he's getting his, well, he didn't get to go outside and play today. He came in, and he had to go upstairs. He's been in timeout till it's just past 7 o'clock. Then when he went to bed, and that's where he's staying for the rest of the night. He's staying in bed. Tomorrow he gets the same deal. Because as I said, I don't believe anybody. You don't flash gun signs at anybody. I mean, I don't know if it's something he picked up in school, something he picked up from one of his friends around here. I don't know. I do know that it's not kosher. It's not right. Especially with the society we're in today, with all the school problems and all this violence going on. I mean, I hate to say it, it all started way back with Columbine, way back in '95, and it's multituded. It's basically gone bigger. I mean, you got more and more kids now, and I don't know, you got a kid, just recently in the news, a kid in Ohio that went and, I don't know, he felt picked on or whatever he did. He basically was a quiet kid and went to a breakfast lunch, or I went to the lunchroom during a breakfast session before kids went, and just fired at people, killed three kids. I don't want my son to come to that. I mean, all it's got to do is start with a gun sign. I don't know who's teaching him it. I will get to the bottom of this because it's seriousness, and I will investigate fully to the fullest. And if I find out it's one of his friends, it won't be one of his friends anymore. I find out it was something at school. School's going to give me some answers because, hey, schools are there to protect my son. I'm supposed to be protecting my son, but I'm also but I can't do it all the time. And at school has to protect him as well as give him education. I just don't know what this world's coming to, and I'm trying, as I said, do my best to keep my son from doing it. Gun signs are not cool. Gun signs are not cool. Telling your teachers or anybody, I don't care if they're younger than you or older than you or 20 years, 30 years, even an elder like that. I don't know how old these teachers are. Don't get me wrong. They're probably good teachers. Hell, I've never heard of them. But, I heard my son and daughter talk of them before, the two teachers, and they seem to be really good. They didn't deserve that. So, part of the letter, here's the letter. I'm going to read the excerpts. Dear, I'm going to say dog. Dear dog. Today we returned from our field trip. Caden was taken to the office to have a talk with our assistant principal, Mrs. Miller. He pointed his thumb and index finger into a gun and pointed it at Miss Rossi and Mrs. S. See, I don't know these ladies, but I'm sure they're very good teachers. And said, "Bang, you're dead." This is very disturbing behavior and obviously unacceptable. Maybe Caden needs to speak to our homeschool coordinator. That's one thing. Maybe that's the next step. He already spoke to me. He spoke to the principal. Maybe that's the next step. To get some counseling. And if this is something you're interested in, please let me know. I plan on it. I would also appreciate if you could speak to him about this behavior. I did. And even the next door neighbor, Benny, who I told you before, helped him actively. He's got 6 kids of his own. He has better grip and understanding of kids than I do because he's got 6 of his own. And I got 2 5-year-olds. And it said, what else? Here we go. And I think he has some apologizing to do, both Miss Rossi and Mrs. S. And he will. And like it or not, Caden is going to apologize to these ladies. Thank you very much, Caden's teacher. And the little handwritten part of it is that she sent this email to me. Apparently I didn't get an email. I don't check my Hotmail that often. I know I should. The only time I really check my Hotmail is when it lets me know I got comments on YouTube or one of my subscriptions uploaded or just pretty much that's it. But it says if I don't hear back from you, I'm assuming you haven't read this. So please contact me so we can discuss Caden's behavior, which I will. I'm gonna have to contact her because I lost her phone number. So, Caden's teacher, if you're watching, I apologize. I forgot I lost your number. I do have your email address right here on the paper. It will be taken care of accordingly. But, anyways, with Caden, he's getting timeout. He's getting a full night of timeout today. He got it. Tomorrow as well. And if he acts out, because Caden doesn't like timeout. Caden and discipline don't mix. He was never disciplined from day one by his mom. She's a firm believer. She don't like discipline her kids. Well, you got to, or they're gonna grow up to be brats. They're gonna grow up to do whatever the hell they want, and some kids may, like I said earlier, it may be Columbine all over again because you don't discipline your kids. You don't. I don't know. You don't care. You don't show any affection or whatever care towards your kids. It all ends up. They basically they become I don't want my kid 20 years down the road becoming the next Columbine. That's not right, But like I said, man, I'll go back to what I was saying before. He's got a great support system with around here. He's got friends. He's got adults here. He's got a lady across the road with 2 Basset Hound Beagles. I don't know. I think they're Basset Hounds. They're beautiful dogs. My kids go over there. That lady likes them. And she lets my kids come over, pet her dogs, sits there and talk to them for a while. It's got Benny, as I mentioned many times, next door. You got, I said, my friend Deb and her son Gavin. He's 4. He's not yet in school yet, but she's getting there. They have them, but she treats my kids like they're her own, and I thank her for that. I'm trying to think what else I'm going to say. I mean, we have great, and I said they have kids down the road, even though the one girl cut my daughter's hair off. She doesn't play with my daughter. She can play with my son because if anybody's seen Caden lately, he ain't got enough hair left on his head to cut. You have to get a barb. You got to get barbered to get the rest of whatever Caden's got left. We all have a great neighbor system except for, as I said, this jerk off next door. And I think I told you guys in an earlier video what happened to her. Caden I gotta say 3 weeks ago, Caden accidentally, I shouldn't say Caden accidentally, he's a 5-year-old. Rode by, he looked at the guy's no trespassing, or excuse me, it wasn't a no trespassing sign. It was a beware of dog sign. Caden accidentally I keep saying accidentally. Alright, for a normal 5-year-old, Caden tore it off. And left it there. This dude's Mr. Paranoia, okay? He's got 5 cameras set up all on sides of his house, top of his house, recording everything that moves, including in my property. He records my property from time to time. Anyways, Caden did it, being a normal 5-year-old. Jennifer apologized. And Benny, who happened next door, who was having himself a beer and relaxing, and he was talking to Jennifer too. This gentleman proceeded to go after my 2 children. And the gentleman over there is probably in his 50s. He's of German descent. He doesn't work. He raises foster kids for a living. He comes over. He proceeds to get in my kids' faces. I was in making dinner at the time. And Benny, I call him Mr. House at the time, Benny, my next door neighbor, he said, whoa, you want to yell at somebody, you yell at the parents. That which I do agree on. And the guy told him to keep his, part of my language, effing nose out of it. That started that. Jennifer apologized. Benny got into it with the guy because the guy was calling him a drunk. And picked a fight with him. Next thing, over. Alright, and the moral of the story is, alright, the little gist of the story was, he's got a beware of dog sign. He has a Pomeranian. I can see if you want to put a beware of dog sign for, and I had this discussion on Pelt Talk one time ago, but if you want to put a beware of dog sign on a pit bull, on a Doberman, on a German Shepherd, those to me are vicious dogs. What's a Pomeranian going to do? Bite your toe off? I'm sorry, I don't know what a Pomeranian is going to do. It's a little rat dog. It's a little bit bigger than my mom's Chihuahuas. My mom's got 2 Chihuahuas. Well, it's about the same size as Nanook, who's a Yorkshire Terrier Chihuahua mix, but it's bigger than Shulabo. Anyways, yeah. But, I say, and he's screaming at me, or screaming at my kids. He's going to get in my kids' faces. Well, if I had been up there at the time, I probably would have decked the guy. But instead, Benny got in his face, and Benny said, hey, yo, you have a problem with the kids? Take it up with the parents. They're 5 years old. You don't sit there and go and attack 2 5-year-olds. But he didn't have any guts. He didn't want to argue with me. He didn't want to argue with Jennifer. He didn't even want to argue with Benny. He just wanted to stand. Instead, he runs back to his house, stands inside his gated fence, steel fencing, and spouting off insults at Benny. Cops were called. Benny got a warning. The guy took it on video of Caden taking his sign down. I told the police officer, he's 5 years old. We all said we were sorry. And the cop said, well, now you need to buy him a new sign. I am not going to buy him a new sign. Beware of dog. It's a Pomeranian, fool. I'm more afraid of the lady with the 2 Basset hounds over than I am your dog. Hell, the girl who cut my daughter's hair off down the street, she's got 1 or 2 bulldogs, one American, I think 1 English, I'm more afraid of them than I am that Pomeranian. The only thing I hate about the Pomeranians is that all year round they let that dog out all damn day and all it does is bark, bark, bark. That's the only thing. That's the only thing insulting about it. But needless to say, the moral of the story is, I guess you can't please everybody and you can't like all your neighbors. But, so you know what, it's okay, because the majority of the neighbors I do talk to and associate with, I like. And like I said, we've been living here in July, it'll be a year. And already, I mean, even with the people next door, I mean, I keep bringing them up, it feels like we're family. He's invited me over to his house for beer. He's had my kids over there to eat. His daughter plays with my kids. I've had his daughter in here. She's eating my food. Sometimes by invite, most times by not, but that's okay. But hey, I don't know. For now, like I said, I gotta come up with, I guess I gotta do some reading on how to deal with my kids. Being a first-time parent, I don't know. Maybe as I get older, I'll have a better understanding of kids. But by then, I'll be too old to have any more kids. I got 2. That's all I need. I got 1 boy, 1 girl. They're both 5 years old. They're not twins. They get passed for twins because they act alike, even though they don't look alike. Unfortunately, Caden was cursed with looking like this. And Autumn, you've seen Autumn on videos, cursed with looking. Well, she's kind of a combination of me and her mom. That's why I thank God Caden didn't look anything like his mother. If he did, I'd probably have a bigger headache than I do now. But anyways, that's what I got for now. I'm gonna probably check out of here for now. Hope you're all having a great week. I know I am. Oh, and before I forget too, my friend Jenny girl. Y'all met Jenny. I know the Pal Talk people have met Jenny girl, and she's got Jenny girl 607. She's got videos up mostly of New York City and New Jersey. But check out her videos. She's cool. Anyways, with her, I want to wish you luck because she just yesterday she had hernia surgery, had a hernia removed from her stomach, and she's doing good. She's got 2 weeks of recuperation. She's doing that up in Syracuse at her family's house. She'll be up there for 2 weeks so she can get rest and relaxation. No kids yelling, And, I wish her the best, and I wish her the best recovery. Take your time, Jenny. Don't rush anything, and don't reopen any kind of wounds. So, I know my kids miss you. I miss you. I think the whole family here misses you. So, you have a speedy recovery, and we'll see you when you get back. And I will promise, if weather permitting, within that 2 week time frame, I'll bring my kids up to see you. I promise that. So until then, that's me. I'm the dog, and I am gone. Bye bye.